The universe is a mystery that has always puzzled mankind. How was it created, and who is responsible for its creation? In Hinduism, there are many theories about how the universe was created in the earliest days. Let's explore some of them. In Hinduism, the universe is not a single entity. There are an infinite number of universes that are constantly being created and destroyed. In other words, we live in a universe that belongs to a multiverse. A universe will ultimately die, but the multiverse lives on. Lord Vishnu is a personification of this multiverse. According to Hinduism, Lord Vishnu was asleep in the cosmic ocean of all causes before the creation of the universe. His bed is a giant serpent with thousands of cobra-like hoods. The universe was created in a triad of roles: creator, maintainer, and destroyer. Lord Vishnu is the maintainer, Lord Brahma is the creator, and Lord Shiva is the destroyer. The universe was created through the actions of Lord Vishnu, who slept and let a lotus bloom from his navel. The lotus stem represents the creation of the universe, while Brahma is found at the flower center and represents the creator. The time it takes for one universe to be created and the next one to end is also the duration of one breath of Lord Vishnu. When he exhales, thousands of universes come into being, and a new Brahma is born in each one. But when Lord Vishnu inhales, all universes get sucked in, and Brahma dies. Lord Brahma represents the universe that we live in. He creates all life forms and is responsible for the physical world that we live in. Lord Vishnu is the personification of the eternal multiverse, responsible for the continuation of life in all universes. Brahma is the representation of our temporary physical universe, while Vishnu is the representation of the eternal multiverse that exists forever without any beginning or end. The current universe, represented by Brahma, is not permanent. In fact, it's quite temporary. Brahma only lives for 100 years and then he dies, and a new universe will be born. Now let's talk about time measurements. Brahma lives for 100 years, and we are currently on the first day of the 51st year of his reign. During the day, Brahma creates life, and during the night, all life he created is absorbed back into him. The Vishnu Purana, an ancient Hindu text, has details about these time measurements. A Mahayuga is made up of 4 sub-yugas that are distributed in a specific ratio. The Kali Yuga is the shortest yuga, followed by the Dwapara Yuga, then the Treta Yuga, and finally the Satya Yuga. The next major unit of time after a Mahayuga in ancient Indian texts is called a Manvantara. At the beginning of a Manvantara, new life forms are created, and at the end of it, those life forms are destroyed. This is how the cycle of life goes on in the ancient Indian texts. According to these ancient texts, all life on Earth will eventually be destroyed after a specific period of evolution. Interestingly, around 252 million years ago, the Earth experienced its largest mass extinction event. Most species on Earth were killed, including nearly 90 to 96% of all insects. This was also the only mass extinction period of insects on Earth. After each mass extinction of life forms, there is a period of recovery called Sandakal. This period lasts for a certain amount of time. According to the latest estimates from modern science, it is believed that it took around 10 million years for life on Earth to recover after the Permian-Triassic extinction event. The universe has a day too, just like our day on Earth, called Kalpa. The time period for one Kalpa is equivalent to multiple Manvantaras and Sandakals. During the Sandakal before the first Manvantara, no life has evolved yet. On the universal scale, one day is said to be 8.64 billion years long. This day is divided into a period of creation, where life forms are created, and a night period during which no creation takes place. Interestingly, according to modern scientific discoveries, the oldest life form on Earth is around 4.28 billion years old. On the universal scale, 100 years are defined as the lifespan of a universe. This is called a Mahakalpa. A universe is said to end at the end of its 100 years of age. The ancient Indian texts say that our universe is currently on the first day of its 51st year. During this day, we are in the Kali Yuga of the 28th Mahayuga of the 7th Manvantara. According to ancient Indian texts, the age of the universe is much longer than what modern science estimates. Modern science tells us that the universe is around 13.79 billion years old. However, ancient Indian texts predict a much longer timeline, saying that the age of the universe is around 311 trillion years. This video is an attempt to appreciate the great scale of time on which ancient Indians were working. We do not come across any other ancient civilizations that talk in terms of billions or trillions of years of calculations, with specific names given to such large periods of time. Like the famous American cosmologist Carl Sagan said in his book Cosmos, the Hindu religion is the only one of the world's great faiths dedicated to the idea that the cosmos itself undergoes an immense, indeed an infinite, number of deaths and rebirths. It is the only religion in which the timescales correspond to those of modern scientific cosmology. Its cycles run from our ordinary day and night to a day and night of Brahma, 8.64 billion years long, longer than the age of the Earth or the Sun, and about half the time since the Big Bang.